All right, I am at the Panther Creek Trail. I was here maybe 4 years ago with Godfrey. I am solo hiking today. He can no longer do this trail. It's a little bit too difficult for him. Because as I remember, there were several creek crossings that would be that'd be very hard for him. So I'm solo hiking it today because I wanted to come back here. And as I remember it too, that it's an easy hike, or I say easy, but it's a relatively easy hike down to the falls because it's all downhill. The struggle will be on the way back because it's all uphill. But as I remember, this was a really enjoyable hike. So I am a little bummed that somebody was here before me. There was a car in the little parking area right near the trailhead. I should get here earlier. I like to come here. This is the only second time I've been here, but what I like about it is it's only an hour away from my house, and the parking area is really off a major highway. You might even be able to hear the cars still from where I'm at. But you hike far enough into the woods that you're separated from everything, and the waterfall itself is really beautiful. But I'm a little bummed that somebody's here before me. Last time I came, when I came with Godfrey, this was like 2021, so this was during all the shutdown stuff. And so I was the only one out here. I didn't see anybody till the way back. But I also got here at 6 a.m. or something, and it's like 9:30 right now, so started later than before, and that's why I'm not by myself. So you basically follow Panther Creek all the way down. I think there was some crossings, at least that's what I remember, that were a little bit more difficult to get through. I was gonna climb up on that log, but it's slippery as hell. And I'm by myself, so no go. You really gotta kind of watch your step here on this trail. It's full of a lot of large, gnarled roots. So even like when I'm recording this, I'm not actually looking at the screen, just holding the phone while walking and making sure I don't trip and break my skull. And there are some down trees that have been cut from the trail. There was one earlier, small tree that was blown across the trail, but nothing that you can't just easily walk over. It's October 9th, and we just had a cold front come through, so it's pleasantly cool. It was like 62 degrees or something when I got out of the car, so that should make the hike more pleasant. Last time I came, I think it was in June, and it was already starting to get hot. There's still some wildflowers in bloom. What kind they are, I don't know. Because again, I'm a city kid, so I can't identify all these things. It's a beautiful purple flower. That's all you need to know. So somebody's always got to ruin everything with a ton of graffiti. Otherwise, you got these really cool rock outcroppings, almost like little caves. So this is why I couldn't bring Godfrey. He's not going to make it past these points or make the incline on the way back. It's funny, I take a lot more pictures and video when I have Godfrey with me. It just seems more entertaining to take pictures and video of a dog moving than of just me walking down the trail. But that's the nature of the beast. With solo hiking, no dog to entertain me. Well, I say that like it's a bad thing. Like I need the dog to entertain me. I'm fine. I'm fine without him. I just think in watching these things back, it's always more entertaining to watch the dog. So this is an area where some people camp. You got the gently rolling creek, and then this nifty new bridge that was not here 4 years ago. Looks brand new. I remember Godfrey and I had to go across the stream. I wonder if we can still do that instead of going over the bridge. Let's go check it out. I think I might be able to get across there. It's probably where we did before. After the bridge, the stretch is pretty easy, and it's all the way downhill to where the falls are. I don't remember this section of the trail. Oh, it was 4 years ago. I don't remember it being this wide and easy. Maybe they widened it or something when they were doing the bridge. I wonder how they even get all that stuff down here to make the bridge, because it's pretty gnarly trail unless they like helicopter the stuff in. I wonder how they do that. So we have another neat, nifty, brand new bridge. This makes it way easier. Godfrey before had to, I remember we crossed over there. Right there, and came up that side, and Godfrey had to scale all the way down there and all the way back up, and that was 4 years ago. And he did it, but you know, he was having a little bit of a time then. I mean, that's pretty steep. But now we've got this nice nifty bridge. Makes it way more accessible. So they've really cleaned up this trail. We've got another nifty bridge here where Godfrey had to scale down this thing and scale up the other side. And I remember I think I went over there to that log. There's a log that cuts across. I don't know if it can be seen. Let's see. Yeah, you can see that log right there. I scaled that thing to go across. But I think the water was running a little bit heavier back then too. And I can see further up the trail that they put more rails. So while it makes it more accessible, I don't know, it kind of makes it less fun maybe because they took some of the danger out of it. So there's a smaller waterfall here. I don't remember coming this way before, but maybe I did. I know I didn't go down there. Looks like there might be a way. Maybe I'll check it out on my way back. Looks like it would make a cool view to get under here. I think I can go right down through here. See if I can remember it on my way back. This is a cool view. I could see taking a lunch break out here. Very cool. Yeah, I know I definitely didn't see this before. They must have rerouted the trail so then you don't miss these falls. So this would have been very easy for Godfrey to get to last time, and I know I didn't see this. Cool. It's like added attractions. So there's one tiny water crossing. You can go look at the YouTube short for that one. I think they improved this trail experience by rerouting it. Way more things to look at. The first semi-real hazard, but not really. As long as you don't fall and break your head, it's all good. Piece of cake. I think we're getting close to the falls now. So I just ran into two backpackers. It looks like they spent the night maybe. Maybe they're the ones from at the top, and I will have the falls all to myself, which will be nice because as anybody who knows me, I seek solitude in all things, almost. So they've had these mile markers that I've noticed throughout the trail. And there's no way they're marking out actual miles. So I wonder what they're actually for. Because this says mile 18. And the first one I noticed, I think, said mile 7. And this entire trail to the falls, one way, is only about 3.5 miles. So I'm curious what those markers are supposed to designate. It makes no sense to me. Maybe I can look it up somewhere. Unless, of course, things are shut down and there's no information. Because right now we're in the midst of a government shutdown. But I'm just curious. Because I have not walked, over 10 miles. So there are some areas like this where you've got these large gnarled roots. And then the trail leads out to sort of a washed out area. And it doesn't look so bad, but in person it's a little bit more difficult to walk through. So just a thing to note, it's like that in a few areas. It was worse 4 years ago. This is easy now. Another very easy water crossing. Watch me end up right in a drink. That's usually when I say it's easy, is when I end up right in the water. Not this time, not today. I've got control of it all. Nimble, like a mountain goat. So I remember this part. We are getting close. I remember this was near the end. And they did fix this. These rails were not all in place the last time. We just had to walk through here. It's not as bad as it looks, really. It was more precarious 4 years ago, obviously, with no rail. It's kind of cool. So I've made it to the top of the falls. This is not the top. This is not the bottom, rather. This is the top. You got these rock outcroppings that can take you to look over the top of the falls, which is in that direction. Goes over that way, down around that big rock there, and then down. Okay, just got to get down to the bottom, but we've reached the falls. These are the falls right over here to the left. Got like a sandy, beachy area where people can swim. Sort of like a lagoon, and then some rocks and stuff to climb on. That's where I'll go take my rest. So here we are, Panther Creek Falls. And I do miss having Godfrey around because he's highly entertaining when it comes to waterfalls and water. Although he he will destroy all of nature, because he will bark and fill this entire little canyon with sound. Such a beautiful spot. I think it's important to remember when you're here to enjoy it while you're here, because the walk back is a difficult walk back. It's all uphill. So take your rest when you're down here and just enjoy the falls. All right, that's the end of Panther Creek Falls. Well, the end of this part of it. I still got to get back up to the car. That's the hike, because it's all uphill. But it's worth it to come see these falls. These falls, it's a singular fall, but yet we say falls. You can tell me. Anyway, back up those steps and back up to the car. That would take a couple of hours. Here we go. So this rock outcropping is the top of the falls. There's like a mini falls right there. But then I'm gonna climb to the top here and you'll be able to see the beach and where we were just a few minutes ago. That's where we were. The falls. That's where we're going, back that way. So while this is billed as a popular trail, I believe it's mostly popular on the weekends. I just ran across 2 more hikers on a day hike heading down to the falls. And aside from the 2 backpackers earlier, which I think looks like they camped down at the falls overnight. That's all, those are the only people I've seen. So I'm here on a Thursday morning. I started at about 9:30 and heading on my way back now. So I think it's popular, but mostly on the weekends, where I've read in the All Trails app some of the reviews saying that the parking lot fills up pretty quick. And they've got a pretty big lot across the street from where I parked. I parked on the side of the road just in front of the trailhead, where that's free. And if you park in the forest lot, there you gotta pay, and I forgot how much it is. I think it's $5 or something. You gotta scan it with an app. I've done that before, but free is better than not free. So my advice is to come early on a weekday and you'll virtually have this place all to yourself. So I'm going on the bridge this time instead of crossing the river. They got all these 2x4s, like tracks. You must get pretty slippery when it rains and you get algae buildup. But like I said, maybe when the creek is running really high, it's difficult to get across. But I remember it was pretty easy 4 years ago. And it was easy today, but I can see with some of the rains we get here in North Georgia that could be a perilous crossing. Okay, so I believe that crossing there is the easiest part of the way back. I think, if I remember right, I mean, I just came down this way. It's more of a small trail and mostly uphill, so it's going to be the exciting climb. You can see it right there. There's the path right off to the right. Well, I guess it's center now since I moved the camera. Here we go. So now where are we? I have no dog, so it's just I. About less than a quarter mile from my Jeep. And it's not as hard as I thought it was going to be. It's not as hard as I remember. I think either they rerouted the trail back there to make it easier, or I got better conditioned hiking in the Wasatch Mountains in Salt Lake City, because those were some bears of a climb straight uphill. But this one is surprisingly easy, actually, going back. I remember when I was with Godfrey last time, I was really winded. Like I could barely breathe. But, well, we're almost done. Or, I gotta stop it. I'm almost done. Well, when you've reached the highway, you know you're back. This is the major highway that leads straight to my house, basically. So you pass under this, and then there's I think it's old historic 441 or something like that the parking area is on. That's when you know you're back. So I know for sure that was much easier to come back this time than it was 4 years ago. Either I'm in better shape than 4 years ago, or they altered the trail to make it easier. Either way, it's still a great hike. Lots to see, lots of scenic spots, especially the falls from the top and the bottom, and now that other side that I don't recall seeing, that's a little bit further upstream, which was very cool. All right, that is the Panther Creek Trail to the Panther Creek Falls. Sign says 3.5 miles. Sounds about right. Yonah Dam, 8 miles. Huh. Maybe I gotta try that one day. That's it. Jeep is over there. That's the end of this hike.